All right, let's dive deep into one of the most powerful sales methodologies out there, the Sandler Selling System. We're going to explore its core metaphor, the submarine, to really understand how you can take control of the sales process, not as a pushy salesperson, but as a trusted consultant. So this whole system was created by David Sandler, and it completely flips traditional sales on its head. I mean, forget about just listing off features and hoping something sticks. The Sandler system makes you a doctor of selling. Think about it. Your job isn't to just hand out prescriptions, it's to do a thorough diagnosis first, to find the real problem. In the spirit of the system itself, let's make an upfront contract, you and me. First, we'll cover the core philosophy. Then, we'll talk about setting the stage. After that, we dive into the diagnostic core. Then, closing the deal. And finally, how to really master the system. Sound good? Let's get started. At the very heart of the Sandler system is this one powerful idea. A sale is like a submarine. The whole process is broken down into a series of sealed compartments. And here's the thing. If one compartment floods, let's say you didn't really figure out the budget, the whole deal can sink. Your job is to seal each compartment airtight before you even think about moving to the next. And these are those 7 critical compartments. You have to navigate them in order. It starts with bonding and rapport, then the upfront contract. Then you uncover the pain, qualify the budget, understand the decision process, then you move to fulfillment, and finally, the post-sell. Each stage has to be sealed tight, creating this leak-proof process that makes sure you're always moving forward with a buyer who's actually qualified and committed. So our dive begins right here with the first 2 compartments. This is all about setting the stage, creating the right environment. I'm telling you, if you get this part wrong, you will never get to the real, substantive conversation you need to have. First up, rapport. And this isn't just about small talk. It's about activating what's called the friendship factor, making them genuinely believe you have their best interests at heart. And get this, a crazy 93% of our communication is nonverbal. So by subtly mirroring a prospect's posture or matching their tone of voice, you create this subconscious feeling of comfort and trust. It's incredibly powerful. Now, this next part, this might be the single most powerful tool in the entire system. It's called the upfront contract, or UFC. What it does is eliminate surprises and stop you from wasting time. Before the meeting really even kicks off, you establish a clear, mutual agreement on how long you'll talk, what you'll cover, and what the possible outcomes are. And that includes giving both of you the right to just say no. It completely levels the playing field. So what does that actually sound like in the real world? Well, this B2B SaaS example is just perfect. It's direct, it's time-bound, and it sets up a clear, value-based outcome. And notice that last word, fair. It gives the prospect an easy way out, which, funny enough, actually makes them more likely to listen because they feel like they're in control and there's no pressure. Okay, the stage is set, our contract is agreed upon. Now we enter the heart of the submarine, the diagnostic core. This is where you really put on that consultant hat and start to uncover what is actually going on in your prospect's world. Now here is a crucial point. Prospects almost never reveal their real problem up front. They'll talk about surface-level stuff like, oh, we need to be more efficient. But your job in the pain compartment is to dig way deeper to find the emotional driver behind that need, the actual true why. Is it fear that a competitor is eating their lunch? Is it fear of losing their job? That's the pain that actually motivates people to act. And how do you find that pain? With this fantastic technique, the 7 levels of why. You see, you don't just accept the first answer they give you. You gently and repeatedly ask why in a bunch of different ways. You're basically peeling back the layers of an onion. This line of questioning is what takes the conversation from some logical surface problem to the deep, emotional core issue. This great quote from Brian Tracy just perfectly captures the whole philosophy of this diagnostic stage. Telling is not selling, only questioning is selling. When you're just telling, you're pushing your own agenda. But when you're questioning, you're helping the prospect discover their own needs, which is 1,000,000 times more powerful. Okay, once that pain is crystal clear, you've got to seal the budget compartment. A huge mistake people make in traditional sales is they hide the price until the very end. Sandler says, no, address it right now, head on, by framing it as an investment. You talk about the cost of the problem. How much money is that inefficiency costing them every single month? And you compare that to the cost of your solution. A really good rule of thumb, aim for a 10-to-1 return on investment. It makes getting approval a total no-brainer. The final diagnostic compartment is all about the decision. In the B2B world today, you are rarely, if ever, selling to just one person. There can be 6, 10, even more stakeholders involved. You absolutely have to map out this entire ecosystem. Who has the final say? Who are the key influencers? Who controls the purse strings? Just selling to one person and hoping they'll do the work for you, that is a recipe for a stalled deal. So, only after you have sealed the entire diagnostic core, pain, budget, and decision, are you finally allowed to present your solution. This is such a critical discipline. You do not show your product, you don't even talk about it until you know exactly what problem it's solving, for how much, and for whom. So, when you finally get to fulfillment, your presentation is going to be laser focused. You're not just listing features. No, you're connecting outcomes directly to the specific pain you uncovered earlier. And you keep the prospect with you by using trial closes, these little checking questions like, so, does this seem like it would solve that data breach concern we talked about? This makes sure they're on board every single step of the way. And hey, the deal is not done just because the contract is signed. The post-sale compartment is all about locking in that relationship for the long haul. You actively work to prevent buyers' remorse by reinforcing their great decision and offering strong guarantees. Then you leverage that satisfaction into new business. Using what's called the golden chain method, you can ask a happy customer, hey, who else do you know who might be dealing with similar challenges? It creates this amazing chain of high-quality referrals. Knowing the theory is one thing, but really mastering this system in practice, well, that's a whole other story. So let's look at the difference between doing it right and the common traps that will absolutely sink your deals. This matrix right here, it just perfectly shows the two different approaches. The traditional way is what most salespeople do, right? They feature dump, they kind of wing it, and they only address the surface level needs. But the world-class consultative way, that's a two-way dialogue, a defined contract, and a deep focus on those unstated needs. That's the difference between an average performer and a top 1% consultant. And here are the leaks you have to watch out for in your submarine. If a prospect ever says, let me think it over, that is not a good sign. It means you failed to properly seal the pain, budget, or decision compartment earlier in the process. Also, watch out for the socializer trap. You know, that super friendly buyer who agrees to everything but forgets about it later. Always get agreements in writing. And finally, respect the process. You discuss high-value deals in a focused, seated environment, not on the fly in the hallway. To wrap this all up, there's this quote from the absolute legend, Peter Drucker, that just nails the entire Sandler philosophy. He said, "The aim of marketing is to know and understand the customer so well that the product or service fits him and sells itself." See, it's not about convincing someone to buy something. It's about understanding their world so deeply that your solution becomes the only logical choice. And when you do that, the product truly does sell itself.